To start off, today we're going to be playing Among Us. Among Us is a free-to-play multiplayer game on iOS and computer. In Among Us, you have one or two objectives: do tasks or kill people if you are the imposter. If you are not imposter, you are crewmates. Crewmates win by doing tasks or catching the imposters before the rounds end. If you are imposter, you win by killing all the other crewmates. Without further ado, let's get on with the video. So this right here is the starting lobby where you wait for the game to start. As you can see, you can customize your player and accessories right here. I changed my color to green because I like green. That's my favorite color. So as you can see in the bottom right, the 4 out of 10 symbols how many people are in a lobby. And this keyboard is how you communicate, where the chat option shows up. You can see like a speech bubble where you can communicate with other players. Here I put turn down speed because this speed is too high for a normal game of Among Us, and it would make it hard for the imposter to catch people. Notice how we have 10 out of 10 here is green. That means we have 10 people. And also to the side, you can also see that the settings, it says custom settings, and you can see all the key information about the settings right there. And the person who starts the lobby can change. This screen right here lets you know if you're a crewmate or an imposter. Here I got crewmate, so there is an imposter. These yellow exclamation marks mean that there are tasks there that need to be done to win the game. Here I have to align the line coming from the circle. So I align it, and now I have to go to the next one, which is in upper engine. As I go to upper engine, the task lights up yellow to let me know where it's, to signify where it's at. So now I line this one up as well, and I completed that task. That task had 2 parts, so once I completed both parts, I finished. Now I'm in electrical. I have a task right here where I push up the energy output, and I do that. So now I go back to lower engine because there's another task that needs to be done there to complete that task. And the speed is messing me up right here, so if I turn that to get the power going both ways, I completed that task. Now I'm on my way to storage, I believe. In storage, the speed is messing me up right here. I have to connect the wires, and you have to find which end of the wires extend out. So now I have to connect red wire to the red wire, blue wire to the blue wire, and etc. So now I have to go to this, and I have to swipe the card. If you swipe the card too fast, it won't work. But if you swipe it at the right speed, that will get the task done ultimately. So now I'm going to cafeteria to put the wires together. I got the pink and yellow, and there is a dead body reported. Here, at this point in the game, we talk about who we think did it and what evidence do we have of the imposter. Here, I type where incorrectly because I can't spell, but I type where correctly this time to know where the body was found so I can have a hint to where the imposter was. I was in cafeteria doing the wires, as you could have easily saw. So I put I was in cafeteria. Here, anybody can accuse anybody of being an imposter, but you have to be careful what they say. So right now, we're waiting for everybody else. And notice how it says they have voted. When you vote, it goes to the chat, and also a red circle with I have voted pops up above your character name in the voting screen. Here I put I was doing tasks to give me an alibi of why I'm not imposter. And here, red accuses me of being an imposter. So right here, I knew that red was sus. And sus means suspect, like he's not, something's wrong, really. So I go back to this task right here to finish it up. And I got the red wire, the yellow wire, blue wire, and then pink wire. So I'm done with that task. I head down to security to see what task I have to do there. And it's another wire one. So I get the red one, yellow one, blue one, and then the pink one. So I complete that task. Notice how he's standing there not doing any task. At that moment, I knew that he wasn't a crewmate, and I caught suspicion that he was the imposter. But I don't have any evidence that he is the imposter right now, so I'm just gonna go back to doing my task. This task, you have to click the squares to get it all white. And listen, he follows me again. Like, he's following me, and he's not doing any tasks. And I stopped there to notice, and I noticed that. So check how I have no exclamation marks, and I have all green at the top left corner. That means that I'm finished with all of my tasks. Now, I can follow around who I think is imposter. In the chat, it has a red X to see who was knocked off. So now everybody's typing where to know where it was. And right here I put red is sus because he was not doing any task. He was following me. Look, and I, as an alibi, I put accuse me of being an imposter. The what? Then I meant to put then, but then he was standing still, not doing any task. And here, half of the people have voted, and now it's too late at this point. So they're saying it's brown. As you see, I vote red. And this actually happens. But I vote red. And by the point that I put my evidence that it was him, nobody else agreed with me, so they voted off brown. And as you can see, it was not brown. So now my suspicion is at an all-time high that it's definitely red. So at this button right here, I want to call an emergency meeting to know that it's red. Because my suspicions are getting higher and higher as I see him doing less and less tasks. I haven't seen him doing tasks all this game. So now my suspicions at an all-time high. So I'm running around trying to look for him, but trying not to get killed at the same time, since I have completed all my tasks. So now I just turned into a detective and a sheriff at the same time. So I'm running around looking for red. And I am in the reactor right now. Look, red passes me right there. And he doesn't do any task. So I come here to call an emergency meeting, I think. I have to wait. And there's a dead body reported. So right here, I'm going to type, I think that it was red. Yes, I put that as red. And I had the evidence to support it. He wasn't doing any task, and he was running around. So I put red or white. And then I put an alibi saying, think about it. Red was standing still, not doing any tasks and following me. And then he says he was in cafeteria. And I meant to put think about it. But look, he ran to cafeteria after murdering the last person that got killed. So it could look like it wasn't him. And I put red ran to cafeteria after killing the last person. And here I didn't know what to put, so I put somebody. And here I said I don't know the map that well, but it was the room under cafeteria. And here nobody voted because enough evidence wasn't so it was a tie. So now I'm ready to call an emergency meeting and get my claim that it's red. So I'm running around waiting for the timer to hit 0 to call an emergency meeting. As it hits 1, I call an emergency meeting. At this point, I completely know that it's red, but everybody else isn't completely sold. So I try to convince them that it's red. So here I'm typing my reasoning. I put red is imposter. I meant to put the and then space, but I didn't put space. But now I put red is the imposter. Okay, so red is the imposter. Officer bullets don't vote. If we finish tasks, we can win. And I'm finished with my task, so we want everybody else to finish their task. And I put unfinished with my task because I am. as you can clearly see by the green in the left, top left corner. And then blue says I think it's green. And I vote red because I know it's red. But I ran out of time, so nobody can vote again. So at this point, I'm thinking that everybody else has to be catching on that it's red. So I run around, and at this point, I'm just trying to follow red. I'm trying to follow red at a safe distance so I don't get killed, but I can find evidence that it's him. So I run this way with white, and red is right here as well. And white is right here to save me, so if red can't kill one of us. So I'm standing still, right? I'm watching them, and then red just kills white, and then runs away and tries to blame it on me. So I report the body, and at this point, I see, and the viewers obviously see, that it's red. So I put red ran away from the body. And you think that they will believe me, seeing as I have given every reason that I'm not the imposter. And then he says green, trying to deflect the blame onto me. And blue called me sus earlier, so he does it. He's gonna agree with red right here. And I'm putting red ran away from the body, but he's not believing it. And he put green as sus. So now, at this point, we lost the game. And I'm trying to convince him, but I know it's too late now. And I lost. Game's over. And I put idiot, you let him win, because he did let him win. The game was over at this point. And he put you're sus. And I vote red, but I ran out of time. So, right here, we lost the game because he's an idiot. And Kermit was not the imposter. So he won, basically. I'm surrounded by idiots during this game, and they were my downfall. If they would have listened to me, we would have gotten red out, and we would have won the game. But sadly, things just don't work out that way. Thanks for watching this video, and I appreciate all the love and views. Comment and like if you want more Among Us.